everyone, and welcome to Growing with TJ. Out here in the garden this Saturday, March 1st. Hard to believe that it's March, but we are here. It's a beautiful 50-degree day. It's windy though, so I'm sorry if there's wind is causing issues. But tonight it's going to drop down to 18, and for the next 4 days it's going to be pretty chilly, and then we should get back up in the 50s. So I'm here to do some work. I'm not going to plant anything today. However, next Sunday is going to be the day where I start direct seeding some carrots, radishes, get some lettuce in, and we'll get the season started. But today, I'm going to be rearranging a little bit. As you can see, I built this bed early on, and it is just too big. I usually grow the tomatoes up here, this cattle panel. I got two. I got to get a third one for over here. And then I would put the peppers here. The only issue with that is I do not want to have to be going in and out of here and compacting the soil and kind of work my way through this jungle of peppers and tomatoes. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. What I'm going to be doing is making this about 2 feet, and I'm going to cut it here. And on the other side, I'm going to disconnect this board, and then I'm going to connect it over here. So the tomatoes are going to have about a 2-foot section running along the cattle panel with marigolds all in front. So that way I'm going to have a little mulch in between that I can just walk through the mulch and pick my tomatoes and not have to worry about compacting the soil or anything. So then this whole area is going to be taken out, and we are going to put in a birdie's raised bed that I ordered. It's not here yet. It'll be here Tuesday. It's an 8x4. So I'll put that in here, somewhere over here. And then I'll put a little bed right here with the existing wood that I'm going to have left over. That way I'm not going to be going in and out of the soil as much. And I have easy access to the tomatoes and peppers and then whatever I put over here. So just rearranging a little bit. So I got to get all this soil moved over that I can cut the wood and then bring this over here and connect it all together, and I'll show you that in a little bit. All right, guys, so you can see this is what I'm thinking. This is going to be for the tomato beds. I have marigolds running along here too, and this will be all mulch for a little bit, and then I'll have my 8x4 bed right here. Now, one reason I'm switching over to the birdies raised bed, and I also got a different one from Amazon called Winpull, which is way cheaper, and I'll let you know what I think about that. I'm going to build that in a little bit. But as you can see, the wood, these are about 3 years old, and it's really rotting out. Let me go on the other side here. And it's not ideal. You see that? Kind of tough to see with the shadow, but it's missing the portion of that. I don't really want to spend more money on a piece of wood, so I'm gonna see if I can make that work. Maybe I can put some piece of wood going down just to make sure the soil stays in. But overall, we'll see what I do with that. But that's what it's going to look like. I don't have a drill battery with me, so I'm not going to be able to drill that in until I run down to my brother-in-law's and grab his drill. But we'll continue on. But it'll look like that. I'll shave off the edge there and then fill in the soil. And this will be all tomatoes right here. I'm going to put them about 12 to 18 inches apart. So there's going to be a lot of tomatoes. I'm really going to keep them to a single stem, and they're going to climb up these cattle panels. And that will be the plan there. Yeah, I think it's going to be nice to have mulch here so I can come in here, you know what I mean, and pick my tomatoes without standing on the soil or hitting the peppers. So that is the idea there. I won't screw that in yet, but we will continue on. Then I got a big mess here that where the 4x8 bed, 8x4 bed's going to go. So I'm going to have to take care of this. That's not going to be today. But yeah, that's a lot of soil that I got to move to put the bed in there. I kind of want to fill it with new soil, but I'm not sure if I will. I might just top it off. That way I can just outline it, get rid of the soil, and hopefully put the raised bed right on top and work its way down. And that would be the most easy way for me to handle that situation. That'll probably be next weekend or so. I wanted to get this going. And then let's go over here. I got this bed here. That's a birdie's bed too. And I wanted to put it back here. I'm not sure how well it's going to do, because you can see the sun comes up here and it goes around. Then it goes over here, and I got that tree, and then ends up way over here. So I'm not sure it's going to get enough sun. So maybe I'll have to move that one day. But I did plant some garlic. I wanted to see if anything's popping up. And it does not look like it is at all yet. So anyways, I'm going to move. We just started getting temperatures in the 50s. You know, even 30s. So I'll remove all this mulch and see if my garlic starts popping up. Hopefully it pops up. But like I said, it's not the best location. So I just didn't want to take up any more space over there. So I put it back here. And yeah, it might be a failure. I might grow some stuff that needs some more shade here if the garlic doesn't come up. And then next year, maybe I'll move it to somewhere that it gets more sun. Another thing I'm doing today is I picked up this cedar, little tiny bed, in a development near me. They were selling them like 40 bucks or something. So I said, hey, I'll take it. It looks nice. I'm going to fill this up with soil. You know, it's not very deep. So this will most likely be a flower bed. Maybe I could put some lettuce in there. But just give me more space, bring in more pollinators. And yeah, it looks nice. Not sure where I'm going to put it yet. I'm going to fill it here, and then I'll figure that out later on. But just another place to put flowers, plants, anything. You know, that's the goal. Maximize the space, and this will help with that. All right, we got that all filled up. Did not take long. Threw a little fertilizer in there, and yeah, that'll be put somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but as of now, it's filled, ready to go. Got rid of some of this soil. Not a lot, but. So if I come over here, I have a 6 by 3 by 1 raised bed that I got from Amazon. The company is called Winpull. It was $50 on sale for like, I think $6, but it's a very cheap bed. My birdie's bed I got was $179, and that was 30% off from like $220. So a big difference in price. I really like the birdies, but you know, I can't be spending $180, $230 on raised beds all in the same year. So I'm gonna get this ground leveled out, and then we'll start building that. All right, guys, so you can see this is the raised bed I got from Winpull. I did pre-assemble some that I just have to connect the sides to the curves. So it's 6 by 3 by 1, and that's going to go over here, and that's going to be most of my onions in there, and maybe I'll put some other things in there with it, but a lot of my onions will be over there. And this space right here is where it will go, and it's just because with the raspberry, how it grows, I wanted to get a raised bed in here, and that way I can kind of keep some space and not worry about the raspberry taking completely over. So I'm gonna put this together the rest of the way, and then we will set it there, make sure it's level, and we will start filling it with the topsoil in my truck, which is a mix of compost and topsoil. right, guys, there you have it. Got the Winpull 6x3x1 raised bed in, filled it up. I like it. If I were going to compare it to Birdie's, maybe not as sturdy, but pretty close. For that price, we'll see how it holds up, but it looks pretty good. All set up for my onions. Now I'm going to top off these beds, get rid of the straw, and I top off this bed right here. And then I will be putting insect netting on here using 1/2-inch PVC clamps to clamp it down. I'm going to grow a lot of my lettuce in here because I've had a real hard time with groundhogs, and I want to ensure that no pests or animals get to my lettuce and other crops. So that's going to be nice to have it fully protected. And yes, I'm going to top that off, top this bed off, and then I'm going to go screw in that little bed over there that I was working on, top that off, and then I'm looking pretty good. All right, guys, so I got this bed completed. Looking pretty good. This long piece here, that was my existing bed, was so rotted out, I just could not use it, unfortunately. But these side pieces were in okay shape. So what I had to do is use those two side pieces to create the bed. Now, I'm not the greatest with my hands, but it turned out pretty good. It's not completely straight, but that really is no big deal for me. So I have to use scrap 2x4 right here to put them together. And I also didn't cut it perfectly, so I had to cut the end of this board to complete it and use a 2x4. So it looks good. I'm happy with it. Not perfect, but it'll do. Tomatoes will go up here. Marigolds will be in the front. Got to get another cattle panel. 8x4 bed will be right here, so I got to work all this soil out. Got a new planter good here, which will be probably flowers or something. Not sure where it's going to go. Filled this bed up. I got to put the insect netting on still. Use 1/2-inch PVC clamps to clamp it in. And I'm going to have lettuce in here and all leafy greens, I believe, at first. And it's going to be nice because the groundhog won't be able to get them and the pests won't get in either. Over here, I got to top this off, get rid of the straw. I didn't get to that. I got a daddy-daughter dance tonight, so I got to get moving. This is the Winpull 6x3x1 raised bed. It's pretty good quality for $50. I can't complain. It allowed me to get another bed without spending too much money. That'll be all my onions. Raspberries looking good. This is where the peas and cucumbers will go. I got to work this soil still, but I didn't get to that point yet. Right here is my peach tree. I'm not an expert on peach trees, so I got to prune a little bit, but hey, if it gives me peaches and I learn, I'll be happy with that. So that is what I did today. It got super windy, but we got some stuff done. And next weekend, we will be getting some seeds sowed, some transplants out, and yeah, we're gonna get the season started. So thank you for watching. Had a great time out here. Even though it's windy, it's not too cold, and we got a lot of work done. Thank you for watching.